You know, if we're being totally, completely honest, the series Tell Me Lies on Hulu is a must-see. And if you've seen it, then we totally understand if you want no part in the triangle that is Lucy, Stephen, and Diana. Take a look.
No, I'm gonna go home for the summer, do some work there.
Oh. I'm sorry. What about you? Any summer plans?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna go to India, but just decided not to.
How come?
Just miss being at home.
Right. And it means you'll get to be closer to Stephen. Your town is right next to his, right?
Well, Diana knows what's up, and the talented actress who brings her to life is here with us this morning. The Juilliard grad is also set to star in the Lincoln Center Theater production, Becky, Nurse of Salem, but she still made time for us, so we feel special. Let's give a big hello to Miss Alicia Crowder in the house.
Hi.
How are you? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. How are you?
Oh, you know, better now that you're here so you can explain this situation. I was telling you, I was trying to explain it to people, the worst person ever, because I'm getting all excited about it. But I mentioned the triangle that is Lucy, Stephen, and Diana. Explain it to those who are yet to see the show without spoiling it.
Okay. So it's a love triangle and the dynamic that neither of the girls really know about each other at first. And so Stephen is kind of playing both of them. But as you can see in the scene right here, they end up, this is from the final episode, they end up all having one scene together, which I think might be the only time that you see all three of them like talking to each other. So it all finally comes to a head, and yeah, it's very, very juicy, very exciting.
Well, thank God you used the word juicy, because this college experience, I was like, my college experience is the exact opposite. Mine was dull, boring, no like extra drama, no intensity. And also, for people to know how intense this gets, there's a viewer discretion warning before every episode. But Diana, who you play, is not, I wouldn't say it's not as crazy. She's like more prim and proper and like, you know. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think that, yeah, no, she's definitely a different type. She's still trying to figure herself out, but like she pretty much has a set goal and routine and like knows who she is. But like Lucy and her friends, they're freshmen, and Diana is a junior, so she has a little bit more life experience, you know, a little like better head on her shoulders. So yeah, I would say so.
All right, so when you have a role on a show like this, which has some risque scenes, do you give your family and friends a heads up? Like, if you want to skip from 23 whatever to here, you do that. Do you do that? Because you guys have some very adult situations going on.
Yeah, no, I definitely gave all of my family members a warning. And you know, when you're watching the show, you can kind of see when it starts to happen. They fast forward. My uncle was like, I got really good at fast forwarding during like watching your show. So
Can you
yeah,
watch yourself? Can you watch yourself in those, like doing those scenes? You can or no?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like Diana, like physically, she looks so much different than me. And so it doesn't really feel like I'm watching myself. It feels like I'm watching like a different version of myself, you know? So it's like, it's a little bit removed, which is nice.
Well, so that's a testament to your talent, because you can play any role, become any character, just like we're going to get to see you in Lincoln Center Theater, because I know it says nurse in the title, but then Salem is on there. So I'm like, is this like another word for, maybe I was right. Explain.
Well,
Becky, Nurse of Salem.
Yeah, so nurse is actually her last name.
Okay.
But so I also thought that when I first like, saw the title of the play, I was like, she's a nurse in Salem, but no.
Or which?
Right, and so she's a descendant, the character is a descendant of Rebecca Nurse, which was one of the women who was actually hung in the Salem witch trials. So, and I'm playing her granddaughter. So yeah, it's really interesting. Like it has a ton of different elements. It's set in 2016, so it's kind of like the Trump-Hillary era, and it also has to do with like the opioid epidemic and, you know, like family and magic. So there's a lot that's packed in there in just 2 hours.
And also a Tony Award-winning actress, Deirdre O'Connell there, so that's also
Yes.
adds to the magic that is you. And so, by the way, all this work that you're doing, when do you have time to relax? What do you do for fun, though?
For fun, actually, I watch a lot of TV, which is kind of funny, but like I'm never sick of it. I've become a Hulu girl now, so like Hulu's
Okay.
great. They have like tons of great shows and movies. You know, I'm really into like horror, so the whole Halloween thing was great.
No, I'm not
I just
into horror.
actually last night watched Barbarian.
Oh, Lord. You lost
so
me at
good.
Barbarian, Alicia. No, seriously, I'm the opposite. You don't want to watch a horror movie with me, Alicia, because you will not hear anything. Just screams and howls and like, I might knock you out like trying to like cover my face. I don't know.
Trying to escape.
I know. So I'm going to track you down later. I'm going to get your list of comedies that you like.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not Hulu-weening it with you.
Okay.
Not happening. But such a pleasure to meet you. Everyone at home, the Lincoln Center Theater production of Becky Nurse of Salem begins previews today. Opening night is Sunday, December 4th at the Mitzi E. Newhouse Theater. Season 1 of her series, Tell Me Lies, is now streaming on Hulu, her favorite streaming service.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Alicia.
Nice to meet you.
All right, see you soon.
Bye.